Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the League Highlight Show right here on GTV Sports Plus for the University of Ghana Corporate Football League. My name is Bobby Otis, and we are here today to bring you all the action and the highlights from Week 3. Interestingly, Week 3 was, I must say, somewhat a wonderful week for some companies, but for a few others, they still go down the drains as companies that dash 3 points. Ladies and gentlemen, this is me applauding Ghana Football Association because after weeks of me trolling them here, they came in to show that they are really the regulators of football in Ghana, winning their game 3-2, their first win of the season. However, for Ghana Airport Company Limited, they are still showing us that they are the weak asses and everybody can get their 3 points from them because yet again, Ghana Airport Company Limited were whipped. But all in all, I think it was a great week. A lot of surprises happening this week. The teams that we've seen give other companies 5-0 were drawing their games left, right, center like they were visual as students. And I'm here to report and bring you all the highlights on that. But just before I go ahead to dissect all the games, all the 10 games, I must say, from Week 3, ladies and gentlemen, let me say a very big thank you to our sponsors, the sponsors of the University of Ghana Corporate Football League second season. A very big thank you to Pella Mineral Water, our water sponsor for the league this season. We are refreshing all our players, all the teams, and all the fans, just like they are refreshing you. Get yourself a bottle of Pella Mineral Water. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to say a very big thank you to TCL Electronics for holding us down, to Glycogenol Insurance, to Wilma Africa, producers of Alive, Jamal Soaps, Fortune Margarine, and Frito Cooking Oil. Also, how can I forget our media partners, GTV Sports Plus, where you are watching us from right now, and of course, Radio Universe official radio partners. This whole initiative is brought to you and produced by the University of Ghana Sport and Wellness Directorate and Rise Sports Services. Ladies and gentlemen, you are still here watching the League Highlight Show right here on GTV Sports Plus for the University of Ghana Corporate Football League second season. And for the first game of Week 3 from Group A, it was Gimpa that played against GMPC. The least said about Gimpa, the better, because it looks like my draw will not even get them to win any games. But I must commend their efforts because we saw a better team from Gimpa last week. And unfortunately for them, their good play could not get them the win they wanted. But if there is anything as consolation, let me say or tap them at their back and say you played well, but you still lost. Because GMPC scored Gimpa 2-1. Let's watch that highlight and take the second game of the day also, which was a game between GFA and University of Ghana FC. University of Ghana, are you cool? After putting all of them from the 5 various colleges to make a consolidated team, you are still losing matches. GFA, the 3-point dashers, was able to score University of Ghana 3-2. I think now we must dissolve University of Ghana and merge them with Gimpa. Maybe that would work for us to see a better side, because it looks like both two institutions are struggling. But let's watch those two highlights and take the interview with the captain.
I'm a bit disappointed with our team, but nevertheless, we give them a little bit of tough time. So I'm sure in the future when we meet again, I doubt if the scores will be the other way, and maybe we'll add more to them. So we should never underestimate anyone. We just play our best and then show off our best too.
The dynamics of the game is different now. Now every team that you meet in the next stage really improves. So we knew that it was going to be a difficult game. So we tried to play our best, and that gave us that result. All that I would say is they should keep on supporting us, because we are not here to lose. Last season we learned a lot of lessons, so this time we are going to make them proud. So they should keep on supporting us as always. And then for our next game, I think that's going to be tougher, because each game is different. This game is very different. So I hope that we prepare well and come and face our next opponent and win again for GMPC.
That is football. So we didn't take our chances. You could see first half we had a lot of chances we didn't take, and that's football. For you, if you don't take your chances, they will take yours. So that's why it's hard luck today. As I keep on saying, we need to work more on our attacking, how to score goals, because that is where we are lacking now. We get a lot of chances and we don't score, and then that is what is bringing all these losses. But it's just 3 games, and we have more games to play.
You can see from our faces, everybody feels okay. In fact, we're determined to win this game. As you rightly mentioned, since last season, we've not won a game, and we took it upon ourselves to win this game. And the subsequent game, because it's a league form, so you can't just win one game and say you are done. So we are happy overall. Defensively, we fell short in our previous games, and we had to rectify that. And I believe today we were a bit stronger defensively, in as much as we made a lot of mistakes all over the pitch. But I believe we will keep improving.
Kasa yem from captains for number Kasa Sahaba still Ashani Beshomo. Let's go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, to Group B, where we also saw the opening game of Group B being played between Forestry Commission and Telecel Ghana, which ended a goalless draw. A shock to me. Telecel stood 10 toes with the Forest Bulldozers, showed them that red means danger. They waved their danger flags from their red side, and ensured that Forestry put no goal at the back of their net, while they also put no goal at the back of Forestry's net. Let's take a highlight from that game, and I know that the Forestry side must be very frustrated by now because Telecel, they might have assumed a weak link they could have scored. And after we watch that game and listen to the interviews, let's also head on and watch a game from Burst Energies and NPA. Burst Energies really charged their batteries, coming in with a lot of energy, drinking Rush energy drink from our sponsors, and also drawing that game 0-0. I engaged some of the NPA staff at the end of the game with clear frustrations. They couldn't understand why the Slaughters, which are Burst Energies, was a team they could not have scored, because in the first 2 weeks we've seen how Burst Energies are. They are just like the weak link also in Group B, where in the group of death, I could have assumed that after the first 2 weeks they are dead. However, this is just like the story of Jesus to Lazarus. He says, Lazarus, come back from the dead. Come back, come back. Burst Energies are back. 0-0 from that game as well. Let's watch the highlights.
My name is Michael Fabnamo. We had a chance of scouting our opponents before the game today, and we realized that their strength lies in their midfield and their flanks. So we looked at neutralizing those positions, which we did well. I'll take the draw for today. It was a tough match. I'll take the draw. I think we're playing Union Ghana next week, so we have to just go back and just get ready for them next week. They're a top side. We played them last season. We lost by 3 goals, and we are looking forward to that game next week with them.
It's very disappointing because our plan of this game was to win and nothing else. But unfortunately for us, we came out with goalless, which is very disappointing to us and our
Disappointed because it's not a match we anticipated to come and draw or whatever. But then, regardless, we realized that there was a 13-man squad, especially the players that they brought in. We are trying to pull a protest because the criteria in which they wanted to use initially is not what we came to meet. We agitated. They said, okay, we are wearing Boss uniform, Boss JC, so they are automatically Boss workers. So fair enough. It's better to go out with a draw, which is a point, than not to go out with anything at all. It motivated them to keep the intensity out because they know they are meeting a good side, which is National Petroleum Authority. Previously, and the subsequent matches we've played, it's 3 point, 3 point, 3 point. So I'm not surprised it's just a draw for now. And then, well, it's fair enough. We can share the point because we are neighbors.
The game was very, very intense, and we actually pulled our best. This one, it's a local derby with our regulators. So we, together with our teammates, we decided that, this one we're not going to let it slip by. So today, we try to make sure that we go with at least a draw. This is just a draw that we won. So the positive thing is that my teammates were all very, very alert, and they were able to support us together so that at least we can come out on a good note. So that is very positive for me, my teammates positive. What motivated us is actually our opponents, because they are a good side. We decided that we also pull up so that we can all put a fantastic game. Yes. So they were seriously a motivating factor.
You are still watching the league highlight show right here on GTV Sports Plus from the University of Ghana Corporate Football League. My name is Bobby Otis, and ladies and gentlemen, before I go ahead to bring you the highlights from Game 3 and 4 from both Group A and B, let me say a very big thank you to our sponsors, Pella Mineral Water, to TCL Electronics, to Wilmar Africa, and to Glycogenol Insurance. Also, ladies and gentlemen, to our technical supporters, Ghana Football Association, is a very big thank you to you and our media partners, GTV Sports Plus, where we are live right now, and Radio Universe. This initiative is produced and brought to you by the University of Ghana Sport and Wellness Directorate and Right Sport Services. And now, the highlight from Game 3 and 4 from Group A.
It was a very pulsating encounter, and Yes, as you mentioned, we took the lead. Unfortunately, they equalized. I felt that there was a bit of concentration deficiency that led to their equalizer. So we are going to address that in subsequent games. So no team is a walkover, and they are defending champions. So we take positives from our display here today. I think we even had the chance to score at the death, which we missed by a whisker. So I believe that we just need to continue our preparation in the very best way that we can, so that in subsequent outings we come out victorious.
Today it seems that aviation spirit is a little bit down. The tempo wasn't so high, so we're doing petty mistake which we shouldn't supposed to, but it's all part of the game. We just hope with this game it's past and gone, it will never come back again. We look forward for our subsequent games. So day in, day out we are training, so the mistakes that we committed, we will make sure it won't repeat itself again. Yes, we go back to the drawing board, listen to advices and all that, then we keep it going. My little message I have for the fans is they should keep the hope high, and we are going to make them proud.
Now from game 3 from Group A, it was Girl PLC that was singing the song Yabama Hayedu, Yabama, Yabama, Yabama Hayedu. Hey, Girl PLC. Yaba say Yebeshe GCAA. At the last minute, GCAA pulled a surprise to pull parity, and the game ended 1-1. They were lucky, because they would have been a whole choir on this set right now, trolling GCA, the defending champions. But ladies and gentlemen, that game ended a 1-1 draw. And for game 4, we also saw Bui Power Authority go head on with Stanbic Bank. Ladies and gentlemen, forget about the scoreline, because the team to have watched last week was Stanbic Bank. The hoarders of the money are proving a point. The point they are proving is that they can hold money and also hold the ball, because their investment went directly into their goalkeeper. And ladies and gentlemen, the gentleman put himself on the line for his team. He did not only sacrifice his hands, he sacrificed every part of his body to make sure the ball was not going past the goal line. For his thighs, for his neck, for his stomach, for his chest, for his legs, every part of his body literally was on the line for Stanbic Bank. And with the frustration on the side of Buipo Authority, who brought a lot of fine guests to have come to celebrate their win, Stanbic Bank stopped them. Let's watch that highlight from that game and also see the interviews we had with the two captains.
Well, I think we is an interesting opponent. We knew they were going to give us a strong competition today. All we had to do was to ensure we held them well, and I think defensively we did our job quite well. I think we need to sharpen how we transmit the ball from defense to midfield to attack, and we're going to work that out during our training sessions to improve on that and make sure that when we get the ball up front, we make use of our chances. It appears we are the underdogs for this tournament, but we are definitely going to bounce back.
First of all, we need to apologize to our teaming fans. They really expected more from us, but we didn't take our chances. We know we have disappointed them, so we want to apologize to them. A lot of things went wrong. We didn't take our chances. We had several chances, but we didn't take them. So we'll go back and then learn on these things and then improve in our next game. I think we don't need to be complacent. Coming into this game, everybody expected us to win this game hands down. But I think that complacency got the better side of us, and that cost us this draw. This was a definite win for us, but we blew it. But we are coming back stronger. You know, as usual, we don't give too much out. We try to stay very conservative, and what will happen, you all see when we come.
Those were some spectacular saves from the goalkeeper of Stanbic Bank, who was again the man of the match at the end of that game. But now, ladies and gentlemen, let's also take a lens and a look at Group B, where we had Game 3 and 4. For Game 3, we had Ghana Airport Company Limited play against Lebanese Sports Community. Ghana Airport Company, Bremo. But I mean, at the end of the game, shameless of them, they came to see me that I need to applaud them on this show because this time around they only conceded one goal. We are Semayeka. They conceded one goal and that's 3 points to Lebanese Sports Community. I mean, if there's anything for consolation, at least one goal is better than 5. So, congratulations, Ghana Airport Company Limited. We didn't see the weaker side of you last week, but we saw a weak side. 1-0 to the advantage of the Lebanese Sports Community. And also for Game 4, we had a cracker between NCA, Ghana Communications Authority, who communicated this time round all the links from the wings to the midfield to the forward of their game was very communicating. I don't know if they went to get some walkie-talkies that we couldn't see, but it was quite an impressive display from them. They didn't win, but ladies and gentlemen, they were able to score 2 goals for Zenit to also score 2 goals, and at the end of the game, everybody went home with a point each. At the end also, they were quite unsettled, NCA, because they thought they should have won that game, but Kasai and Frama. Let's watch the highlight from the game and listen to the interviews from the captain.
great win. We played, we did our best. We were able to score a goal and secure a win. We hope to keep doing our best for the next games. A lot of good changes in our team has added up in the second half to take the lead and secure the win, the 3 points for today. As a footballer, you have to keep playing throughout the game and secure the 3 points. That's the most important, to have the good victory. We will tell them, we will give them a tough time. We will try to win. We will try to secure our additional 3 points.
Feeling much better than the other games because we didn't really play well, but I think this time we played better. It's rather unfortunate that we conceded an unfortunate goal, but we'll bounce back. We had to concentrate more on our second game and make sure that we bring our shooting boots so at least we can score some goals. That you do not underrate anyone, because right now we are being called the whipping boys, but we hope to, debunk that
The feeling is not too good today. Once again, we came for a win, but unfortunately, we are going with just a point. We led the game with 2 goals. Unfortunately, we gave it all out, and so it's not a very good feeling to be in control of a game and to let it go down the drains like that. As a team, we had always motivated ourselves before coming to the pitch, that irrespective of what will be going on the pitch, we just need to forge ahead. We need to keep on fighting till the last whistle, till the game comes to an end. And so even after we gave out the 2 goals, we still had to push harder. And at long last, we brought the game to an end with just a draw. But I mean, whatever it is, once it is not a loss, we are okay with it.
Feeling a bit, should I say okay, because we are hard done, seriously speaking. There were some calls that, I would say they were questionable, especially with the first goal. We strongly believe it was an offside, but I don't know what happened. The assistant referee didn't flag, his off distance. He didn't flag it, so it was a bit hard done for us. But we had a game plan. We stuck to it, but just that we had some few loss of concentration. And yeah, we'll go back to the drawing board and then improve on this game. But I believe this game is far better than the previous game that we faced.
My name is still Bobby Otis and we are still live on GTV Sports Plus for the highlight of the University of Ghana Corporate Football League second season. And now for Game 5 from Group A, which was played in the main stadium, ladies and gentlemen, we saw Lancaster Accra. We know they carry last, go up against the men in green, Ghana Armed Forces Officers Sport Club. It's not surprising that every team that will play against Ghana Armed Forces Officers Sport Club will come into the game thinking that at least they already have 3 goals, and so they are come to only protect them from scoring more goals. In this case, that was not it for Lancaster. Lancaster, of course, even made the first attempt on goal and scored, and it was left to Ghana Armed Forces Officers Sport Club to pull parity, which they did. I must commend Lancaster Accra because I think their HR doesn't take any pride in sacking men left, right, center with dismissal letters because they lost the game. But the men proved to their HR that they can really change from their bad habits and become a good thing. So now the black sheep are becoming white. Lancaster scored 1-1 with Ghana Armed Forces Officers Sport Club. And for the final game in Group B as well, we saw Union Ghana play against Wilma Africa, the El Clasico of Group B. The match everybody was eyeing. Wilma Africa really showed that they can come in to your homes and prove to you that if you are the best, they can be the better side. But unfortunately, they were unable to score any goal because it was a goalless draw. But I must admit that it was a spectacular performance from Wilma Africa. Let's take a highlight from that game and listen to the interview with the 2 captains.
We had lost our first 2 games, so we came into this game to win. Nothing short of that. Unfortunately, we got a draw. So we'll take the positives again, and then we'll come back stronger. Again, our resilience in the game, we kept on pushing. So we'll keep doing that in the course of this season. We are here to compete in the team. We are not afraid of any team. We are here to compete. Any game, we'll come here to compete, just as we did today.
From the beginning, we were positive throughout, and it's very unfortunate that we are leaving this game with just a point. We gave in all our best, and it didn't happen, but it's football, it happens. So we'll manage the draw like that, and we'll come back stronger. Like you rightly mentioned, it was a lackluster performance because we had some chances that you were supposed to score, but it didn't happen. Again, football is like that. Sometimes you just come up with the draw. It happened today. We are a bit disturbed, but we'll take it like that. I'd like to assure the fans that they should not lose hope in us. We won our first 2 games, and we've gotten a draw in this one. We are promising them a win in the next game. 3 games now, all the teams know our caliber, and I think I don't have to tell them anything. They know what we are made of, and they should expect more from us.
We played against a non-corporate team, a team second division team. If they challenge by allegation, they must prove with the following criteria: 1, employment letter, staff ID, SNIT number, and 10 to show that they are a team, a corporate team. So we, KFA Club, we came as corporate, we played as corporate, with a draw with a non-corporate team.
We are highly disappointed, but it is a game. And then we played against a strong side. But then with football, you have 3 things: win, draw, and lose. So as we drew with them, it is part of the game.
Daniel, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Awesome, awesome. So, what was your favorite game from week 3?
Okay. From week 3, I think my favorite game was between Union Ghana and Woma Ghana.
What makes that game so special?
Okay, so prior to that game, we all knew what Union Ghana could do on the field. And Woma Ghana also didn't disappoint. From their 2 previous games, they showed that though they are the debutants, they know what they are coming to do on the field. So it was a very cagey game, and it lived up to the billing.
Awesome. But now let's take the Gimpa GMPC game. What was the start from that game?
Okay, so the Gimpa GMPC game was also very interesting. It was the first game of the day, and we saw 5 shots from Gimpa, 6 from GMPC. Yeah, and surprisingly, 5 shots from Gimpa. It was only 1 that was on target, unfortunately. But GMPC, on the other hand, had 4 shots on target, which was very remarkable. For you to have 4 shots on target, that's very great. GMPC had 1 corner, 9 fouls. They committed a lot of fouls on that day. Have 2 offsides, 2 yellow cards, and their goalkeeper was able to make 3 saves on the day. On the other side of Gimpa, they had 4 shots on target, 2 corners, 3 fouls, 6 offsides. Unfortunately, the defensive line of Gimpa, they were very sharp and they were on their toes. They had 1 yellow card and their goalkeeper was able to make 2 saves.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, because of time, we are going to put the stats out for them to see. But let me just briefly go ahead and say a very big thank you to you, Daniel, and your team. I think you did an awesome job with this stats. But now, ladies and gentlemen, let's take the player of the week from Group A. And this, I think everybody in the stadium would agree with us when we award and applaud the goalkeeper of Stanbic Bank, who wore jersey number 22 in the person of Richard Marfo, who stood tall and brighter, shone brighter than all the other players from Group A for week 3. Richard Marfo, goalkeeper of Stanbic Bank, is our player of the week from Group A. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the player of the week for Group B for March week 3, it is Matthew Quanta of Burma Africa, who we are applauding for a spectacular game display from Group B. You're still watching the League Highlight Show right here on GTV Sports Plus. My name is Bobby Otis, and sitting with me is
Daniel Amasa.
Now, Daniel Amasa is here with me still because for the upcoming games of week 4, which will be played on the 5th of March 2026, again, the 4th week's game will be played on Thursday, the 5th of March 2026, concurrently on the warm-up pitch and the main stadium. So for Group A's game, which will be played on the warm-up pitch, we have a game between Lancaster and UG. Quickly, who do you tip to be the winners of this game?
I see that game. We will definitely have goals, but I see it being a goal draw, a scoring draw.
So a scoring draw to both teams, says Daniel Amasa. For me, I'm looking for an agenda. So who score who will just be my joy to come and sit here so that I can draw them. But ladies and gentlemen, the second game, which will be played in Group B, will be a game between Bui Power Authority and GFA. GFA put a surprise with UG. Are they going to be able to put that surprise, or Bui Power is going to show themselves?
I think they will continue with their good performance from the week 3 game. So I tip GFA to go ahead and take the day.
Please, Daniel Amasa lives in Medina. I live in Hatro. So if indeed GFA scores Bui Power, you can off the lights in Medina and leave Hatro. I didn't say so. Maybe I'm looking for Bui Power to ship GFA so that I can get light. Thank you very much. For the third game of the day, we will have Gimpa play against Stanbic Bank. Give me a score prediction.
2-2 draw.
I think Daniel Amasa wants to do a second Masters in Gimpa, so he wants Gimpa to draw. But we know that Stanbic Bank will score Gimpa because Gimpa is dashing goals. But whatever the case may be, if Gimpa scores Stanbic Bank, ladies and gentlemen, I'll come here with a drum and I'll be beating gong 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 with Gimpa flying all over the internet. And for the fourth game, we have Ghana Armed Forces Officers Sport Club, go up against Guel PLC. Now, I know that for the way the Army side are red, they'll really come down the neck of Guel. But Guel PLC too have proven over the weeks that they are not just a weak link you can walk right over. So for that game, I would say that game might be a 2-1 goal advantage to Ghana Armed Forces Officers Sport Club. What do you think?
I agree. I absolutely agree with you. I think it will come down to the goalkeeper of goal to pull up the saves on the day, because Ghana Armed Forces are going to fire all cylinders on the day.
I know that he said that because he's tiny and he's small of the Army men, because they may beat him. But ladies and gentlemen, I didn't say so. GMP2 also play against the reigning champions GCAA. This side, I'm sorry for GMPC, but I tip GCAA to win the boys from Tema. Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Now, let's focus on Group B, which games will be played in the main stadium. For Game 1, we have Ghana Airport Company Limited. Ghana Airport Company Limited is playing against NCAA. Air Lieutenant will be playing against the Communicators. Now, if you don't communicate in the air, how will you land? Who do you think will win that game?
I think the Communicators will have to continue with their good performance, because in week 3, they came back from 2-goal down to draw the game. So I think we will continue their good run.
So NCAA was called GCAA.
2-0, NCAA 2-0.
Wow. Anyway, let's see how that goes. Telecel will play against Union Ghana. Telecel will play against Union Ghana. Again, Telecel, if you wear red, if you wear white, if you wear black, focus over from Union Besham. I won't even take your prediction. The straight ahead, Lebanese sports community will play against Forestry Commission. Who do you think will be the winners of that game?
I think Forestry Commission should prepare, because the Lebanese sporting club, they are showing us that from time to time they are picking up. When you watch their game from the first week, second week through to the third week, they are lifting up the performance. So I mean, they will show us something different coming next week.
Well, I beg to differ. I think with Harry Lomoko on the Forestry Commission side, they will pull a surprise and either draw that game or win eventually over the Lebanese sports community. But it is worth to note that these Lebanese side, they play just like the English Premier League. The way they will lift the ball, the way they will dribble you, and their game IQ is impeccable. But let's see how that game goes. But I'm tipping Forestry to win 2-1 against the Lebanese side. But it's a game of football. Anything can happen. And if Lebanese scores Forestry, I'm sorry. My allegiance is to the true, which is agenda. And I'll be here to laugh at them. Interestingly, last week, we saw how the coach of Union, Coach Nido, was literally gasping for air, because with his drawing board on his chest, he almost went down south for them. Because the Roman boys, I must say, I know a little bit about their team history. They've been playing together for over 10 years. So it's not surprising to see how they play on the pitch. But Union Ghana, which has been a side that has been established in the 2000s, go up against Roma and struggle the way they did. Anyway, they may not need just that little board. We may just have to procure a billboard for them to see how they can draw their gameplay. But now Roma will play against MPA.
It's a good game. I think we should all get ready to experience something wonderful from Roma, because I think they are the team to watch on the day. I mean, their performance, it's true. They've played for quite some time now. So I think communication on the field is superb. So I mean, we should come and then witness something from Roma Ghana.
Now, Roma Ghana is a team that makes you even second guess if this is a corporate league, because the way the boys play, they play straight up division football. They play so well. And I mean, it is just a testament to the coherency in their team, how well they are gelled together and how good these two sides play. I'm tipping, unfortunately, for MPA this time. I bought gas. I have gas. So this week, you can let Roma score you, okay? Because I'll need gas next week and I'll come and talk for you. But for the final game of the day, they have Zenit Bank play against Boss Energies?
I think that match should produce a lot of goals because both teams, have very potent strikers. So we should come out and witness a match with a lot of goals in it. Maybe 3-3, 2-2 draw.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this might be the game that would see the 30 goals the HR of Boss Energy said he's going to score in this season. This might just be the game that he may start netting, because I personally am tipping Boss to win the game. Hands down, no doubt. 2-0 for Boss Energies. But, Zenith Bank is a bank, and we all know why we are hustling for money. So maybe just after this TV show, if Zenith Bank calls me and tells me that some per diem has spy, I may come back and come and speak for Zenith Bank. But for now, I think Boss will do justice to Zenith Bank. But those will be the games for week 4. And ladies and gentlemen, we are inviting you to come out on the eve of Independence Day for Ghana, 5th of March 2026 at the University of Ghana Stadium and its warm-up pitch for both Group A and B games for week 4. Thank you very much, Daniel. And let's see how the games go. But ladies and gentlemen, before I sign out, let me say a very big thank you once again to the sponsors of the University of Ghana Corporate Football League, Pella Mineral Water, to TCL Electronics, to Wilma Africa, of course, to Glyco General, and also to Atletico supporters, GFA, who provided us with all the aid and the support we needed for season 2. Ladies and gentlemen, this initiative is also media partnered by GTV Sports Plus, where you are currently watching us, and Radio Universe, who are radio partners. Also to the producers and the think tank of the University of Ghana Corporate Football League, University of Ghana Sport and Wonders Directorate, and Rise Sport Services. We say a very big thank you to you for making this great initiative come at just the right time for corporate entities, 20 corporate entities for the second season, to engage in some sporting activities, to also network and forge ahead in bridging the gap between or finding a fine work balance, or fine work-life balance between their office and sport. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching Week 3 highlight. My name is Bobby Otis and continues to be Bobby Otis. Until I come your way again with Week 4 highlight, stay tuned, stay glorious, and may the best teams win. But however it goes, I'll be here setting the agenda. But for now, it is bye-bye Ghana Airport Company Limited. Bye-bye Gimpa. And I'm looking at you, Boss Energies. Bye-bye.